flash just to see if we can finish it right here.
Alright, I'm out of here.
Well, they're going now. Get ready.
I think I'm heading north.
Alright. Who's got Clacker?
Do we have arcade, or do they have it?
We still have arcade.
3, 2, 1.
Tell them going in.
Freezer and storefront.
Get the power.
Send it, brother.
Watch arcade. Watch arcade. They can't come the other way.
Nice.
GG.
Get it? Good execution.
Got it.
Green, we just censor office and dock, right?
Yo, what? It like swings open? Dude, this is slick. I'm dropping.
Going.
I'm pushing. Nice.
A vote for Futureman is a vote for the future. Argus stock up 5 points in the wake of recent crime. The bullets are real. The danger is real. The excitement is real. Coming to you live from Governor's Island, Argus presents the deadliest game show ever aired. Kill Room USA. Watch as 5 low-down punks and 5 Argus enforcers go head-to-head in the ultimate combat challenge, D-Day. Storm the beaches for a dangerous frontal assault. Jungle. Hide among the leaves and employ guerrilla warfare. Castle. A powerful defensive fortress. Observation. Survey the area and keep an eye on the competition. Hit. Where one wrong step can mean the difference between shortcut and cut short. Who will survive inside Kildome, USA? Watch Kildome at 7, only on Violence TV.
Alright, here we go.
Alright, what's the plan?
Are we going all out?
Yeah.
So they could do this. I don't think that they'll try to open storefront.
I feel like storefront's a big enough play.
Door charge freezer, and then wall charge storefront so you can look at the front.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's rocking what?
I'm taking extra flash just to see if we can finish it right here.
Alright, I'm out of here.
Well, they're going now. Get ready.
I think I'm heading north.
Alright. Who's got Clacker?
Do we have arcade, or do they have it?
We still have arcade.
3, 2, 1.
Tell them going in.
Freezer and storefront.
Get the power.
Send it, brother.
Watch arcade. Watch arcade. They can't come the other way. Nice. GG.
Get it? Good execution.
Got it.
Green, we just censor office and dock, right?
Yo, what? It like swings open? Dude, this is slick. I'm dropping.
Going.
I'm pushing. Nice.
A vote for Futureman is a vote for the future. Argus stock up 5 points in the wake of recent crime. The bullets are real. The danger is real. The excitement is real. Coming to you live from Governor's Island, Argus presents the deadliest game show ever aired. Kill Room USA. Watch as 5 low-down punks and 5 Argus enforcers go head-to-head in the ultimate combat challenge, D-Day. Storm the beaches for a dangerous frontal assault. Jungle.
hide among the leaves and employ guerrilla warfare. Castle, a powerful defensive fortress. Observation, survey the area and keep an eye on the competition. Hint, where one wrong step can mean the difference between shortcut and cut short. Who will survive inside Kildome, USA?
Watch Kildome at 7, only on Violence TV.
Alright, here we go.
Alright, what's the plan?
Are we going all out?
Yeah.
So they could do this. I don't think that they'll try to open storefront.
I feel like storefront's a big enough play.
Door charge freezer and then wall charge storefront so you can look at the front.
Yeah.
Okay. Who's rocking what?
I'm taking extra flash just to see if we can finish it right here.
Alright, I'm out of here.
Well, they're going now. Get ready.
Here I'm heading north.
Hey everyone! Welcome to Making Maps with me, TH Pine, your community manager, and the humming sandwich.
Hello gamers, how are you? I bet you can't guess what I'm eating today. Hint, I'm named after it.
Noodles.
Close. I saw a cursed image the other day of someone using two things of dried ramen noodles as like buns for a sandwich. I don't know why, it just made me really uncomfortable.
That sounds weird.
Yeah.
All right, so we're making C-stores today.
Yeah, we're just letting level gen do its thing. It's still trying to warm up a little. We might have some hitches, we might have some freezes, we might have some crashes. But regardless, we will attempt our best to make maps.
By the way, are you on the branch that has a C-store on 2s or whatever it is now? Like where it's streamed right now? Okay, so it is still a mess. Okay.
Yes
it doesn't
and
look
no.
too bad.
Like,
this one doesn't look too
like,
bad. It's definitely not on
like,
2s though, but
yeah, like the storage is on. Technically, it's on 2s, but not really because it's like 3 and 3, and then 3.
oh
right?
yeah.
But it's like this adds up to 6.
Arcade
so
is on 3s as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Well, some of the rooms are on 3s. Like some of them are on 2s. Like bathroom is on 2s, freezer's on 2s, office is on 2s. Shed is just kind of doing its own thing, but shed just vibes.
but we have fridges.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Yeah, we do have fridges. We do be having fridges.
All right.
We're gonna finish up this generation. Don't forget the lighting pass, Mr. Sandwich, because I don't want to go and have Ozzy yell at me.
Definitely lighting would be good.
Yeah, it's a little bit better when you can actually like see inside the levels.
Yeah.
Resolute
sure.
Night.
I mean, if it's called Resolute Night, then oh, is it night? Wait, is it night or night?
Yes.
Is it a knight in shiny armor? Oh, it's a knight in shiny armor. It's not a knight as in day and night.
Yo, another storefront bomb? I didn't make a single storefront bomb last week. I want you to be proud of me.
And right now it's a storefront car. Or multiples, rather.
And then this is an arcade bomb. Yes, but I wonder where bomb's gonna go. Hint, it's in storefront.
Oh yeah,
just kidding.
fridges. So.
Where should we put bomb, chat? I'm kind of thinking storefront, but I also know that everyone hates storefront bombs for some reason.
Should we bring back the heat map thing?
I mean, the
think
heat
that
map thing
should-
was good for like kills.
No, I mean like the chat heat map, the Twitch heat map thing.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
They can click on the stream. I think that should still be working. Let's see if it works. I'll just
Should be.
transition.
Freezer. Shed for
Try
some reason.
Okay, viewers, try to click on the stream like where you want the bomb. Let's see if it shows up. I don't know. I didn't try it in quite some time, so I'm not sure if it's still working, but it should. I think. I don't. Oh, there we go. Yeah, it's working. Need to zoom in.
Oh, it is, yeah.
They want it in freezer right now. Okay, there are a few dots in chat and storage. Someone's in storefront. In the truck, yeah, go away. Arcade. It's pretty even, I'd say. Between storage. Okay, shed is not serious, I guess. So storage, freezer, storefront.
I'm not
Are the
putting
serious
it in
ones?
shed. Like,
Yeah.
if you
Like,
guys
a lot of
complain
people want
about
it in truck,
storefront
but
bomb,
go home.
like,
Oh, that one is
you guys
missile line.
complain
Do you,
about storefront bomb. Oh
I
my
assume
God.
that's in fridges? That would actually be interesting. Can we put it in fridges?
Yeah, I've done it before.
Yeah,
I've
like
done
that.
it like that before.
Okay, now you have to move the map. I need to disable the click map.
No, you're good. I kind of got an idea.
Okay, all right. Okay, I'll turn it off.
No, I can just put it in fridges this time. I don't think it's gonna play well, like, at all, but
Well, then don't put it there.
I mean, this, I don't know, I'm kind of indifferent to it. I can still think it won't play well and be indifferent.
Okay. We'll find out if it plays well or not.
The problem with putting it anywhere in storefront is if you put it in storefront, it needs to be covered from storefront, like adjacent rooms to storefront. So if you just put it somewhere in storefront where it can't be covered, it's literally just going to make a wall breach even stronger. Like this route, like even if you do something like this, right, where you make that walls like this over here, if you make these walls, even then, this is just like you're asking for someone to just blow this, rush in, smoke, and boom, you can't cover it. Whereas at least here you can cover it, right?
That's
So,
fair.
That's my thought process, personally.
That's fair. You're putting it in the cover of storefront, so.
Yeah, like, and the other thing is it can't really just be like this weird shape. Like, this just sits wrong with me, this shape of fridges. It just doesn't...
It doesn't really
doesn't
help.
look... No, it doesn't look good either. Like, so we'll have to see what we want to do about that, but let's get rid of those windows because that's just going to be pain. We want doors, C-store.
Since you can see the kill dom in the kill house background, can you also see factory in the C-store? No, not currently.
Yeah, I think
be
the
fun.
factory is like way in the industrial section.
Yeah.
It's like way over there.
Not quite
if
sure
you
where the
look around
C-store is
there.
located. It's surrounded by skyscrapers, so
Yeah.
it's probably hard to see from anywhere.
Yeah, if we ever do like a skyscraper map, it might be a way to see it. I'd be surprised if there wasn't. But we'll see. I don't know. I don't work on the background art, so I couldn't tell you for sure. Let's see what we're gonna do. So we got power bomb storefront. Oh my god, storefront's gonna need so much work.
Just put 5 doors in bathroom to fridges.
I don't think that's how that works. Each one leads directly into a stall.
Yeah. Is there any plans for consoles? One day. We're focusing on
Maybe
making a
Kingdom.
PC game first. If we succeed at that, then maybe.
Honestly, I don't know how due process would even begin to function with consoles. Like, I know some people have like hacked it together for controller capabilities,
Yeah.
but like that's a lot easier to do than essentially making a whole new engine or being able to have Unity run on.
I mean, Unity runs on
Console.
most consoles, as far as I know.
Yeah, it does, but I don't know
It's-
many Unity games that are actually like actively.
I think
on
the
consoles.
bigger problem would be, like, Unity is not the issue itself, but I think we're using a bunch of services and stuff that are not necessarily
Oh yeah, like
available on
Vivox.
consoles. We're using a bunch of Steamworks stuff, I think. I'm not sure if Vivox is available.
Yeah,
So
I don't.
it's
think
definitely going to
Vivox
be a
is.
bigger task to do that, but I think Unity is not the blocker here, because Unity can pretty much export to everything. 5 doors in bathroom and 4 of them are fake.
Real fake doors.
Maybe like that would be fun, but It's not.
For some
doesn't
reason, I feel like
sound like a good map.
yeah, I feel like that would be one of those maps that you get it one time and it'd be like the meme maps where you play it and you're like, okay, that was cool. But if it was in there for 2 months, you'd be like, yeah, this sucks. This absolutely sucks. And I hate.
It would also be
having
really
to do
bad for
this.
new players and stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Like, remember, guys, we're making maps for not just the people that play this game every day and the people that have hundreds, if not thousands, of hours, but also the people that just picked it up because they saw it on the Steam store. So, like, I love to make meme maps, but it can't be every map, or else it kind of loses its touch, you know. Like, when every map is a meme map, no map's a meme map, and then your game is a meme, and it's just miserable. Do 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 do. Can you give me that thing, please? Thank you. Thank you, Unity. I saw someone suggested just always facing the truck away from the building, and like, yeah, and the problem with that is if you do that, the truck gun can't actually see past the front of the truck.
Okay.
So you know it can't. So you'd be like, if let's say there was a shutter right here, you'd be able to run out here without getting shot by the truck gun because it has the same amount of lock-on time as a UAV, as far as I'm aware. So that's why you gotta place it like this now, which kind of sucks because, like, yeah, it creates some weird situations with like jumping straight out of the truck, but you know, it's better than having it the other way and then having people like right next to the truck again, like it once had, which is miserable. Let's do just put Teller into bathroom. I don't think that's how that works. I can't move Teller because it's like its own room now. And yeah, it'll be some issues arising if I do that. Tilly cooler.
So, oh, that was pie and soda. No, it doesn't. Oh, there it is, up there. Now you moved away. Well, you can still see. The purple pie and soda. I don't know why it is purple. But I think Zach made it, so I guess I have to ask him. And soda as a hazard? I don't know. It's probably tasty. All right. Sorry, I was a little bit distracted with doing. I'm multitasking right now.
Yeah, I'm also kind of distracted. I'm trying to figure out where I want to put things in this level, and it's kind of rough because like this level as a whole is really well laid out.
Yeah, it looks
like because everything connects, you know.
Yeah.
But it's got some problems with it that I'm not too happy with. And the main one being that this isn't negating the storefront charge that everyone is mad about. Like it's not. It makes it worse. It makes it objectively worse no matter what I do here. Like if I want to do my idea of stacking fridges like in lines, like you see it like at the grocery store. It's just going to make it that much worse because you're not going to be able to cover a rush from Tellers. There's a fire door into Tellers. The other fire door is up here. Like, it's just, this map's already looking like a mess to me, but...
Okay, move bomb then.
Yeah. I mean, no, I'm committed to the people's word. The people
it was not
spoken.
the majority, it was just... What? We'll make it work. All right. I mean, we could move the door in Teller to arcade, maybe. Oh, that doesn't really help, I guess.
But
then
then
you
I'd
just
have to move the power, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, doors have to stay where they are, I guess. So,
You know, like the most I could do is probably move like this door up here and the window down here.
sure.
But I really don't want to move shed. I really don't want to move anything like room wise. So I'll stick with this and we'll just live with it.
Has there been a bathroom bomb? Yes, there have been bathroom bombs in the past. It's usually a bit messy because
Dropping
bathroom is so small.
Like the thing about bomb room, guys, is that the bomb room has to have the least amount of cover in it, right? Or else you just end up turtling in the bomb room as much as you can.
Yeah.
And like we've learned that the hard way many times. I've learned that personally the hard way many times after making turtle bomb room maps, where you know you just give up power and you sit in one room and just hold the two doors because like why not, right? So it's kind of rough with storefront, especially, but
Yeah.
especially with storefront actually, because you know there's only so much cover I can put into storefront before it's too much. And like even this is like way too much. Like if I deleted like some of this stuff, maybe, but
Can you rotate the bomb
then-
so it can be covered from freezer? I think that would help. Yeah, either like this or just facing north, I guess. But actually, no, like, I think it's better to make it so they would like facing it east, so it can be covered from freezer and like from storefront as well. Like,
Yeah, that's
is
kind
there
of
a line of sight from Teller, maybe from the door at least, maybe.
Yeah, from the door, from the window, you're not gonna be able to.
Yeah,
From the door, yeah. I
okay.
can move
I
it
mean,
like
that might work.
a little bit over. That's gonna be a problem though for it.
Yeah, if
Just
you move it
fine.
over, it's tricky to cover it from freezer. Oh, actually, no, you should be able to get an angle. I think this could work. Can also be wallbang from bathroom, as Nums just pointed out. It's true.
Yeah, but I don't think of wallbangs on C-Store mainly. Like, if you find a wallbang, cool, but like, I don't take that into account. I try to think of the most basic way of thinking. when
Yeah,
I'm
I
making
mean,
maps
yeah,
of,
new players
like,
will not be aware that you can wallbang this.
Yeah.
So
Like, you know, if you want to come up with your big brain strats for the week, then feel free. But I am using my little peanut brain right now. My brand new DP player game brain.
it's still like I
it's
think this is
important.
actually like on a high level. I think this is a very strong wallbang spot now, especially now that you have faced it east because now it's easier to wallbang. So that's interesting. But I wonder, yeah, for new players, it could still be. I mean, there's still a lot of angles you can cover it from. But
Yeah. Like
We'll see.
I would rather make a map thinking about the new players than the
yeah,
hyper experienced ones. I do have to think of both sides of the coin, but like if I think of the hyper experienced ones, I just like I just create like these amalgamations of just complexity that aren't fun to play on like at all. Yeah. We'll do like that too, so you have a little bit of cover in freezer.
yeah, that makes it easier. I was thinking about it earlier, but I was like, okay, you can probably just like peek it from the side, but actually adding cover there makes it even easier.
Yeah, so like this is the problem with double red door that I really don't like. Is that I have effectively zoned the defenders into 2 rooms without even playing.
Bathroom, freezer, arcade. It's 3 rooms.
There's a green door and a red door, and this is sandwiched between the 2 of them.
That's fair.
And it has power in the objective. or in that room, right? And there's
I mean, that's
essentially,
a reason to hold it, though.
yeah, it's a reason to hold it. That's true, but like, how are you going to hold this room?
Yeah, that's
Arcade,
fair.
you don't hold, right? Like it's a hidey hole room. Like you don't hold arcade. At least I can never seem to, because like the door gets kicked and then you're just immediately flashed and then you're dead. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna go and sit on my thumbs for the next 5 minutes while people sit there and click 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 click, click defuse the bomb. Feels good, man. Toxic.
That's fair.
Let's see what we can do though. Why are nodes showing up? It's kind of
Yeah, it's just if you on Storefront or on C-Store, having 2 red doors and a green door makes it fairly
plus,
hard for
like,
the defenders to position themselves in not an entry room.
yeah, and like the other thing is like if people are just going to use the shutters as a red door, then it is a red door. Like don't assume that shutters isn't a red door, right? Like I really hate it when people are like, but it's not. It's a thing about the map. Like, yes, it's a thing about the map that people use all the time because it's really powerful. Like, if I put a red door right next to bomb, of course you're going to use that red door. Like, you're going to take the path of least resistance like water.
Yeah.
So if this is a red door because it has a red marking on it, then I mean
you
there's
need wall
effectively
charge
3 red
technically,
doors.
but yeah.
Yeah, but like even if you door charge this and just get a sniper lane, that's immediate threat onto everything you can see.
Yeah.
And like I don't see that get used a lot, but yeah.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, for
Storefront
when
is
the
a
round
red door.
starts, I think defenders can also sit in fridges, but they have to rotate eventually, like fall back eventually, usually.
Mhm.
Can
Yeah,
you
like,
make it so that Storefront can be barbed wired off reasonably?
I mean, it is pretty reasonably
It's,
barbed
oh
off.
yeah, okay, yeah. Just looking at
just-
it, fair, yeah.
Like I the most I can do is something like that. So it's
Mhm.
like,
Yeah, that's fine.
even then it's kind of just awkward. Like there's not a whole lot I can do about Storefront except not fill it with cover.
Mm-hmm.
Like putting massive amounts of full cover in Storefront is not the solution to the problem. I don't know what the solution is, but I know that will not work. Because we tried it, and it sucked. It was really fun to play as a defender, but the other thing that happened was you would just end up with fridges that were right next to the shutters, and it's like, no convenience store ever has fridges like that, first of all, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And then second of all, like, it makes the breach even easier, because they don't have to worry about
now you're
someone shooting
covered.
them from a random angle, right? Like, here I can shoot someone from the whole of Storefront, and at least I might be able to get a pick on them if I have like a long range gun, or even a medium range gun, right? But if all of a sudden there's fridges here instead, and I can't see a majority of the Storefront, but I can still hold like an angle here and here, like they can get in and then start just chucking flashes everywhere and then push around. Like it doesn't matter if there's barbed wire there or whatever, because you're going to be blinded and concussed.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, the whole like Storefront problem is we're still working on it. I don't really know what the solution is yet, but I'm hoping something just presents itself like out of a fairy tale and it works. That'd be really nice. One red C-store doo-doo. Oh, you gotta use your brain. Oh. Technically, there's 2 red doors because Shutter acts as a red door because people just keep blowing it. So, and there's only 2 red. There's technically 3 red doors on this map, and defenders are going to have an even harder time holding it because of that. Like, I am really tempted to go and look up the win stats for a lot of these double red door maps compared to single red door maps, and I could almost guarantee you that the defenders are going to win more on the 1 red door maps. They have less to worry about, like, plan-wise. They have less to plan for, and their plans are a lot more simple and straightforward. Like, you can make a very complex plan if the map is simple. That's something that we learned way back in Block, dude.
Mm.
Like, I wasn't even working then, and I knew that simple maps were better. Like, it's hard when you're looking at it from a top-down perspective all the time, because, like, you don't have that player that player visibility of like when you're playing. So also this window can't really cover that door. That window needs to be able to cover the door.
I think there are actually, like, with C-Store, there are two problems at hand, right? Like, one of the issues is C-Store, like, a storefront charge is just too strong in a lot of cases and hard to defend as a defender. And the other problem is that if none of the other entries are making sense, then it's not very interesting to always use the wall charge at C-Store. So they're connected to each other, the two problems, but they're not like, it's not quite the same thing. So they cannot be like, there can be solutions that solve one of the two, but not the other. And like, what I'm trying to get at is if you make it one red door, you might solve the issue of, well, there's another issue, right? If you have two red doors, then everything is, it's hard to position yourself as a defender. If you only have one red door, then that's solved, but it also makes charging storefront even more, well, not necessarily valuable, but the more obvious play because there are less other options.
Which is good. I think that is a good thing.
Well, but then you choose wall charge on C-Store every time and you never use it on other tile sets.
Well, here's the thing though, is if you know that they're always going to go storefront, like I can just keep on moving bomb back and keep on buffing like additional rooms until storefront's impossible to breach, and then people are gonna like complain that storefront can't be breached with wall charge, and I'm gonna laugh. Like it's a win. It's a win-win for level gen, but it's a lose-lose for people having fun.
Okay.
Like, you know, you're trying to solve a problem and like as a level designer, and I literally don't even know where to start half the time because like, you know, if it's out of level design control, standing. If it's out of the level design control, then like I don't have much say over it, like at all. Like I can voice my opinion, but like I can't make single design decisions. I'm just one person in a team of people, and I basically only focus on levels. So like, you know, if the wall charge is too powerful because bomb is in storefront, I can deal with that. I can't deal with something like an equipment being too powerful though. Like I can't fix the equipment to change something based on a reactionary level gen change. That's just not how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And again, like just sticking more cover in storefront isn't the option. Like it's not the solution, and it's not an option. It just straight up isn't. Like, we've tried it. It's just not happening. You know, I would like to not, you know, lose my job. And also just go back to making levels the way that I was making them, because like it's very easy to just like, you know, hey, I'm just gonna do this and replace all of these with fridges. Like, you know, technically speaking, this would solve the problem, but it doesn't solve the problem.
Yeah.
And that's what I was ending up doing because people were complaining about storefront breaches even back then. And then they started complaining about them again because all of a sudden attackers have an easy way in.
Yeah.
They have an even easier way in, right? Like at least with a storefront breach like this, you can shoot at them from multiple random angles.
Yeah, you can sit in fridges, freezer, swing from arcade.
Mm-hmm.
Make storefront smaller so other rooms can be big and viable for bomb.
No, we're not making storefront smaller. Okay. Storefront needs to be the biggest thing. Like, think about a convenience store, guys.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense otherwise. That's
true. Like, if you have a convenience store, is the bathroom going to be bigger than the main portion of the convenience store where they sell things? No, it's going to be a tiny room off to the side. Like, the old bathrooms were literally like a 2x2. They were like this big. They were tiny. Like, reducing the size of storefront will just exaggerate the problem even harder. Like, if anything, storefront needs to be bigger. So there's, you know, like the actual storefront section, not the shutters, but the actual storefront section should be bigger.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that working. Just make it really big, make it multiple rooms basically.
Do you consider the small shelves and storefront as true cover? No.
No, they're not really cover.
Like if I want you to have cover, I'm going to put a deli cooler there. Like this is cover. It's concealment cover. It's not fight cover, right? And that's why you put it near the front, because if the attackers don't get in, right, and they're not up here by the time that you can react, then they're dead. They can't sit back here. Like a storefront rush will die in this 4x8 right here. If they cannot get out of this section, they die every time. But the problem is that, I can't just fill the whole thing with cover. Like it's just not gonna happen. Just straight up. Like I can put more than one teller hole. I can, put more little pieces of cover, but I do need to be careful to just not overwhelm with cover. Like, remember, shoving a ton of cover into a level is not the solution to any problem. In fact, that makes the problems worse. The game due process functions best when you can make a plan. And in order to make a plan, you need to be able to ingest and digest a level in 2 minutes and make a plan for that level, assuming you've never seen it before. If you have never seen this level before, if you don't watch the streams and this just pops up, and there is like 30 shelves in storefront, my God, you'd probably just Alt F4 and be like, nope, we're not attacking this. Like, it's... Maybe less shutters. Yeah, that's why I like removing the side shutters. Like, I don't like these side shutters because of that. Because it's like, if you can make just one side covered in shutters, assuming it's the side where the street is, because like that's where the shutters would be, then you can reduce the amount of guess game that's like, okay, well, are they going to blow on one of these 4? Are they going to blow on one of these 2? Are they going to blow on one of these 8? Like, instead it's just, okay, well, I mean, if they're going to blow storefront, they're going to blow one of these, and that's that. Like that is definitely a thing that helps. It helps a lot. When the more shutters you have and the more guessing game you have, the worse it is.
The harder it becomes. Yeah, for sure.
The other thing is, typically speaking, the shutters should only be facing south, but just the way that level gen works, it will try to fill storefront with shutters wherever it doesn't connect to another room. So like it didn't fill it here because fridges is technically a room.
Yeah.
And it didn't fill it here because tellers is here. But if tellers wasn't here or fridges wasn't here, it would literally just keep going until it ran into like bathroom. Yeah, like that's the other thing why I really hate putting 2 red doors on C-Store. Adaxi is like half the time I'm trying to figure out just where the hell to put the red doors in relation to objectives, which is just a miserable experience if I'm being quite honest. Like trying to figure out where power goes is like the bane of my existence pretty much every time I make a map. Especially on things like Dome. Yeah, like it's not fun to try to figure out where
it's
a power
easy on factory. It always goes in toxic.
Yep. Yes, sir.
I don't know why that is the case, but it just always ends up in toxic. It's just so weird.
I don't know either. It just kind of does,
Yeah, it's like 9 out of 10 times. It's like, oh, it's in toxic again. And you look at the map and it's like, yeah, there's no other choice. It has to be in toxic. Okay.
Oh, come on, give me that one. Give me the fridge. And we'll leave that one like up here. Look at that. Right, that's looking a little bit better. Let's see. Let's take a look. So we got red.
I think actually what would solve the whole shutter wall charge thingy is having more viable wall charge spots on other maps.
Yes, that's another thing, but that doesn't relate directly to C-Store. That's the problem.
Yeah. No, I'm not saying this is how we can solve this right now, but I'm just like trying to wrap my head around this. I think like if other maps would have like really strong wall charge spots as well, comparable to storefront shutters, then the wall charge would just be a very strong tool in your arsenal. But you only have one, so you have to choose which map you use it on.
Yes,
And then it would make the thing more interesting for sure.
And yeah, that's definitely, I think, the direction that we want to take wall charges. But again, the problem with that is that it's not a direct solution. Like, I can make a great wall charge spot on Factory and Kill House and a C-store, and people will still just save it for the C-store, assuming that the bomb is in storefront.
I mean, yeah, they're also trained to do that at this point, so they might have to unlearn that eventually.
But that's the problem, is that would be on players to unlearn something and then relearn it based on what we are, teaching them, essentially. And that's not going to happen. Like, once people are set in their ways, it's very hard to get them out of their ways. Like, you almost need to make it overpowered on every other map in order to fix the storefront, breach problem. And like,
might be right.
Honestly, I don't even really see it as a problem, like myself, because when I play and storefront gets breached, I'm just sitting in freezer and I'll just plink at people. And like, if you have
I think it's very depending on the skill level.
I'll still get decked by people who know what they're doing and they can get in on the storefront right away. But like, every time that happens, it's because we weren't watching it. Like, we were, sitting in freezer, and then we had like someone bathroom and office, and then like a dude lurking in arcade, and then like one person staying in teller helping me watch this. Like, you're not going to win against 5 enforcers who know what they're doing that. Especially if you didn't put like any slowing mechanics, like you didn't put any Molotovs covering storefront, no barbed wire. There's like nothing stopping them from just running at the bomb. Like, of course, players are gonna, breach storefront. It's just the way it is. I kind of like this level, but I also the problem with this is fridges. It almost needs a room right here, because I don't like putting a Nexus room in the middle, but it might also be kind of interesting to do that. Yeah, you know what? We'll work with it. We'll exercise our brain a little bit instead of just sending it full send. Maybe opinion, but I don't mind C-store itself being larger if the fix is a bigger storefront. It is the smallest map. Yes, but that is also the whole point of C-store, is to be a small CQB oriented map. I would love to make storefront bigger myself. I genuinely do. I would love that, because it would just give me more places for people to hold from. But like, especially with the other rooms getting smaller, it's just gonna, probably get harder to hold. It's just the way it is. Kill House is bigger than C-store most of the time. It should be. It needs to be. Kill House is always going to be bigger than C-store. Putting power in a room that is not as hard impacted by lights makes taking and holding breaker more interesting. Yeah, that's why I was told not to put it in observation when I asked Axum about it. For that exact reason, because it's like you're essentially putting the power in a room that directly relies on power not being taken. So if you go in there, you're not going to take power if you're an attacker, and you're not going to defend it as a defender. So, yeah. Everyone's just scared to peek the shutter hole because of Saber. Well, I mean, okay. I don't know what to retaliate to that, because like that's just the game, Like, if the team is coordinated enough to do that, then more power to them. It's the same thing for having a breach and then immediately being able to throw a flash through the breach. Just the way it is. Not that I like that. I think it's getting horrible, but H-shaped entrances with cover in the middle are my favorite. Oh, like the H storefront? Yeah, those ones are really good. They generate really well. I like them a lot more than the T storefronts, the inverted T storefronts. Have cover outside.
They usually end up looking like Amogas.
By having to give up saber angles. I like the storefronts that have cover outside, because the best breach spot is countered by having to give up saber angles. What, like having like shutters blocked off by cover? Like having like a dumpster here, for example? I don't think I fully understand. They stand 100 meters away from the entrance. Yeah, but like if we give players the area, they're going to use it. Like, games are defined by what you allow people to do, not what they can't do. So if we don't want you to do something, we can't let you do it in the first place. Like, if we don't want you to go all the way out there with a saber to use it as a long-range sniper rifle, we'd have to fix the background scene, and that's not happening.
Yeah.
Because it's not broken. Like, that's the way it was designed, you know? Not
there's
that
a
I like
skylight
getting
on
head
this one.
tapped by the saber too, but you know, they are sniping with it. And I mean, you can also think of it like if the saber is just pieing off angles for their teammates, like the saber is just gonna stick out there. Like, just don't peek the hole. Or, you know, we can talk about like making Teller have more Teller holes, but I think that's kind of a bad solution too. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
It's
I
a
think
tough-
more Teller holes and Teller would I don't know. It's
yeah,
weird.
Like I like a maximum of 2 Teller holes, like
Mhm.
absolute maximum. Crab Fortuna,
I think I never
crab.
saw one with. Did we ever do one with more than 2?
Yeah. I think we did one with like 3 or 4.
Okay.
It was like it was like this was Teller, like where Fridges is, and it was just like all of them were holes.
It would be
Yeah,
pretty
it-
funny to have like
was
4
rough.
Teller holes and 4 defenders sitting behind them, shooting out like
Yeah.
load
I think on those
and
ones,
fire.
I'm pretty sure those ones were ones that actually didn't cover bomb though. Like bomb was facing away
okay.
from them because otherwise it would just incentivize turtling like super hard, which never fun, you know.
Someone on YouTube asks, "Sandwich, what's your favorite sandwich?"
I'm actually eating an AREC from Potbelly Sandwiches right now, which is pretty good. But I like the Jersey Mike's Club Supreme, no tomatoes. That's important. And if I had to make myself a sandwich right now, I would make myself a pastrami on rye. I love me some pastrami. I love that spicy. I've also done like steak tip sandwiches before. Those are really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's really hard to go wrong when you have good ingredients in a sandwich because like all you really need is good bread and a good base, like a meat, and then you're set. Like you don't need anything more than that. Anything else is just kind of extra, right? Reubens are really good. I love making Reubens. There's a place on Capitol Hill called Honey Hole that has some really good sandwiches. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of all over the place with sandwiches. As long as it's not like a lettuce wrapped sandwich. Like I've had those before, not really too big of a fan. Like buffalo chicken or buffalo chipotle wraps are pretty dang good, but I think that's like the only wrap I like really like. Unless I'm like packing it along for a ride, like on a bike, because they can squish down really well. And I think for those, I'll typically go with something that's a little bit more like leafy. So it'll have a lot more like lettuce or olives on it instead of meats, just so that you're not like overburdening your body when you're riding, because you know you're shaking yourself up. Yeah, it can get kind of funky in there, if you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. For sure. There you have it, sandwich theory.
Yeah, I mean, I love sandwiches. Like, sandwiches are one of those things that they're kind of universal. Like, everyone has a sandwich that they like if they can have one of some kind, you know? Like, I have really never met someone that's like, I hate all types of sandwiches. They all suck. 'Cause they never met me, first of all. But second of all, you know, you can kind of just make it whatever you want. Like you don't have to make it in a specific way, you know. You can make a bean sandwich. Exactly. Like, you know, there's marmalade sandwiches, there's you know, herring sandwiches, there's you can make sushi sandwiches, like
French fry sandwich.
Yeah, like, you know, anything can be a sandwich if you try hard.
That's why I like pizza. Yeah, pizza's the same. You can put whatever on it.
Like To be fair, I do judge people a lot harder for their pizza topping choices than I do for their sandwich choices. Like pineapple on pizza, you're dead to me.
Yeah,
I don't mess
agreed.
with that.
Well, I just don't like pineapple, so.
I love pineapple, but you like cooked pineapple. Okay, I will accept the answer of I put pineapple on pizza to a question of what do you put on pizza if they put the pineapple on after the pizza is cooked. If they put it on before the pizza is cooked, nope. No. You got to get the like juiciness of the pineapple in there to commit. If you don't commit, there's no point. Like it's just it's pointless.
It is what it is.
Yeah. Not related
Sandwich,
to the story you meant to get on top of the logs and rocks and some of the dome maps.
Sandwich spitting facts.
It is funny that you asked that. No, but at the same time, like, there's not a whole lot I can do about it in some cases. Like, if it look like okay, so that's a tough one because here's the thing: if you, we're making cursed maps already. Oh no.
Angled cover in Teller.
Yeah, that's a new one, huh? If you, if a player, again, it comes back to that whole like, if you don't want players to do it, don't allow them to do it. But if if it looks like a player should be able to jump on something, they need to be able to jump on it, or they should have a justification as to why. Like, I would love it. It would like from a level design standpoint. When I get feedback, it would make my life if I just made everything like in Siege where you can't jump.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Can we just remove jumping?
Yeah, but like that's like that's just me coming from my pessimistic level designer brain of I don't want people to be able to jump on things and then complain that they can get somewhere because I have to hear about it. Like I don't want to hear about it. Like and you know, if we didn't want jumping to be a thing, it just shouldn't have been put in the game. But I mean, jumping was put in before sprinting, as far as I'm aware. So here we are.
This is actually really funny. I like years ago I played a game. What's it called? Obey. It's like a tiny indie game. You're playing little rabbits. And
was that the one with the rabbit kung fu?
Kung fu? No. It's like
yeah,
there's a big like mecha thingy, like a big mech robot or whatever, and like one is in the mech and is giving orders to the others, and if they don't obey, they shoot them. It was really weird.
Messed up.
Yeah, it's basically about like following the orders but trying not to and trying to subdue them and like take over the spot in the big robot. It was really weird, but it was a very fun experiment. The thing I wanted to get at though was you're playing little rabbits. Well, not rabbits. What's the other one? Brain work. Wait, I'm looking up the dictionary. What the other one with the long ears? Oh no, actually it's rabbit. Is it rabbit? Wait. Oh yeah, I was thinking of bunny, but no, rabbit is correct. I'm always mixing up bunnies and rabbits. So you're playing little rabbits.
Aren't they the same?
No, they're not the same. Bunnies are way bigger. Bunnies are way bigger than rabbits.
The more you know. Learning something today. Let's go.
But yeah, they're fairly similar. No. So you're playing little rabbits and you're running around. And there was no reason to jump in this game. So there was no jump in the game. But the first thing people complain about when they play was like, why can I not jump when I press space?
Yep.
And eventually developers were like, okay, fine, here is a jump. It doesn't do anything, but you can jump now. You're a little rabbit and you can jump. Great. Everyone was happy.
You know, for the longest time in Due Process, we didn't have sprinting. Isn't that crazy?
That's pretty crazy, yeah.
And we played like that for a long time. And I remember the test we did with sprinting on. Oh my god, it was like we were Spartans, dude. We were so fast. Like you could sprint around factory like several times and then breach and still have time to defuse.
Oh, okay.
You were zooming. You were so fast.
Naruto running.
Yeah. This is a good song. What is it? Kashmir Tears by Kojay Radical. I like that song. It's pretty good.
Well, we can't hear it, so
Yeah,
I just
well,
trust your
It's
judgment.
probably copyrighted or explicit anyways, but
Yeah.
it's very mellow. It gives me that like California boardwalk vibes. You know? That's somewhere I want to go actually. I want to take pictures of people at the Venice skate park. That'd be so cool. I'd love
Okay.
that. Sorry, that was a little random, but
A little bit.
I was watching videos about it the other day. Looks like a really cool place to hang out if you're
Okay.
a skater. Which I am not. I am a visitor
A
of
biker.
skate parks, but yes. They would probably use some very expletive language to tell me to leave.
Okay.
Well, I mean, especially the Venice skate park is like that skate park in particular is a skateboards only park. Like the one in where I live is technically skateboards only, like on their sign, but like no one cares if like BMXers or bikers go there, or, like scooter kids. So.
Mm-hmm.
Vaulting system instead of jump. Yes, let us
bunnies and
just
rabbits
change
are the
everything.
same, but a rabbit and a hare are different. Or are you?
Yeah,
Maybe
see,
you're
I knew
right.
that, but like,
Wait, let me check.
yeah, hares are different from
I
rabbits.
guess you might be
Hares-
right. Oh yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. I was talking. Okay, wait, I was thinking hares. So bunnies
Okay,
and
like-
rabbits are the same, I guess. Why are there two different words for it then? English weird.
I mean, I don't know. Why do we have they, there, and there? Like, they're all technically kind of the same, but not really. Like, they all mean very different things. Apparently, English is like the worst language to learn if you're learning like one
Depends.
of. Well, it's a common language first of all, so like you have to learn it. But then there's so many little nuances that like you just that aren't in other languages, right? Like we have like gendered pronouns.
The
We
good
have
thing
different
about
descriptors,
English,
adjectives.
good thing about English is that the grammar is fairly simple.
Yeah,
Like that's
that's
what
true.
makes it easy to learn. What makes it hard is that we're having a lot of different words that are either are spelled the same but pronounced differently, or
Yeah,
pronounced the same but spelled differently, which is driving me nuts. Like
What's the worst one that you've had so far?
the worst one is
Yeah.
one I learned like half a year ago, I think. What's the word? Damn it! Wait, I have to look it up. There's a video game.
Dome in my eyes is nothing without jumping. True.
What's
Imagine
the
not
video
being able
game
to
where
jump
you?
from pit.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Tear and tear is the worst one. Tear down and there's a game called Tear Down, I guess. And
You're like,
I was
"It's
like,
tear down."
why is this not pronounced tear down? Wouldn't that make more sense? Now, oh wait, those
Wait
two
a
different
second.
words meaning two different things, spelled exactly the same. Why?
On this map in particular, guys, like, look how many angles there are on the bomb. Would you still say that a storefront breach is something that you would attempt here? If there was, like, no cover in storefront?
Kind of hard.
I'm just
to-
curious. I'm genuinely just curious if you
Yeah.
saw this map pop up. Like, with, you know,
I think I
assuming
would
that there's
rather
red
go take the
doors,
free entry into
whatever,
office.
right? Like, I'd probably put, like, power just shut back here. Like the little recluse it should be. Sandwich, if you
I
need
just-
any sort of dome help, I'm cheesing. And
I just
I'm your
saw
man.
Zach's response to why there are two different words for bunny and rabbit. One sounds cute. Fair.
Why are there maps with only one red door? Because I wanted to see what would happen if I put only one red door in. And that's the thing is like, you know, like we've technically made people subconsciously learn that there should always be two red doors because it's been a thing for so long.
Yeah.
And we changed that one thing, and all of a sudden everyone goes, well, why is there only one red door? You know? Not that that's a bad thing. Like, I think it's a good thing. And if people don't like it, then I'll stop doing it. But I also think it's important to try to learn why something is bad instead of just saying it's bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure.
Why is one red door bad? Is it because it just accentuates the storefront problem? Well, then I can stop doing it. But the whole point of doing one red door was to actually, like, you know, see what would happen if you had to choose between a very good red door or a storefront breach with a wall charge. Because, like, my problem personally with red doors is that, A, they were essentially zoning defenders off the bat without even being used by, you know, being a threat by themselves. And then B, people weren't using them. So it's essentially you're just zoning defenders into, like, teller, whatever room has, you know, no red door, and then everything else is just given up right away because people aren't going to get flashed on breach and just die. Like, they don't want to do that. They're going to wait for whatever flash happens, and then they're just going to hold a room back. You can't do that on C-Store. It's too small.
Yep, pretty much. Wait, is the rotation between arcade and bathroom here fridges?
Yep. Yeah, that's why I didn't really like this map.
It's a bit weird.
Yeah.
I guess it works. What about you don't put the red door in chat, you put 2 green doors in chat?
Then we have a green door right next to bomb.
No, I mean not as an entry. Like, you don't put an exterior one there. You just make it a rotation between bathroom and arcade.
I really don't like doing that.
Okay.
So, because, like, thematically, I need a door heading somewhere else inside, into you know, into the inside. So it's like I'd still need to put a door in here somewhere at least. I feel kind of weird not doing it.
Fair.
And I know I've done it
guess.
before, but I'm trying to hold myself to more standards. And I hate it, but that's the way it is. Like, here is like, where do I put that second red door? No? Down here, baby? Here?
Storage?
Well, if I put it here, then we have just 2 red doors over here, right?
Also too easy to get into tellers from there. Yeah, freeze, I guess. So Flogel thinks that this is still an easy storefront push. Nobody else really commented on it. I feel like it's covered pretty hard, but...
Like, it's covered hard and there's no cover here. So you're essentially just using all of your resources to get into storefront and then, like, smoking off all of the immediate angles.
Yeah.
Like, what am I supposed to do? Just always make it so that there's, like, a double barb spot on either side? Well, people are just going to start blowing these, so they destroy the barbed wire. Like, there's no winning! How many maps
When you can
did
pull
you make?
them back a little bit, but that's not always possible, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I could pull him back. Pull him back a little bit, but even then, like, I'm pretty sure a barbed wire here would still get destroyed.
Yeah, I think it's
Like,
3
it's
tiles.
like a 50-50. Yeah, it might just be a 50-50 to destroy it too, which is just kind of rough. But...
I don't think it's. I think it's a pretty precise shape. It's not random, but
Well, at a certain range, depending on where, like, how you place it and where you place it, I've had, like, different results, you know? Just depending on that. Like, I guess my question to you guys is, what kind of storefront layout makes for a hard storefront push from shutters? Because everyone always says, well, you know, the wall charge on storefront's too powerful, but then they're just like, oh, we'll add more cover. No, I'm not going to add more cover. I'm going to take away cover and make the adjacent rooms more powerful. Like, adding cover is never the option. It's never well, it's never the solution. It's an option, but it's not a good one. And, like, it also just, like, again, Deprocess survives on being a game that you can predictably plan the enemy's plan. So, like, you're planning what their plan is going to be and trying to mitigate their plan. And if you can't do that because there's just a ton of cover, like, I have failed as a level designer. I have failed you. Like, if I could just make a very complex map, like if I could just make a Dome X Factory map that had the ability to just be uber complex, and you had like 15 minutes to plan an attack, and 17 respawns, and like, I don't know, like all the equipment back, heart and shield back, everything back, like it'd be a completely different game. You would play it much differently. Like it'd probably play more like something like Insurgency, where you have waves, but we're not that kind of game. We're a game where fast-paced rounds end in maybe a minute.
Snaps wants better bar placement in Storefront as a mitigation, which is kind of
it's just like, how do you do that though? That's the thing.
The ball charge is so long. I mean, you can put more of these smaller shelves there and try to do something that's it's not easy.
Shelf mid. Yeah, let's add a long boy. Actually, yeah, I'll add a cooler in the middle of this one. There's no real stopping it. Yeah, I mean, that's just something that we have to live with, though. Like, the removing shutters isn't gonna happen. It's just not. And I'm not even gonna. C-Store. Yeah, like it. If you remove the shutters,
then you remove
why? Yeah, like you might as well just remove the map from rotation, like the tile set. And that's again not an option. So we got to use our big gamer brains and figure out what to come up with that would be like an acceptable hold. And that's where I'm struggling personally, is like, how do I make it so that you guys feel like you can hold something, but it's not like impossible to attack. I do have to think about both teams. Screw the attackers. I'm all for screwing the attackers, but like, you still have to play as the attackers. There's no defender only option on these maps. It's just not. But there's also other things that I've turned up just like in my talks with people about Storefront, and like, part of the problem with holding it is also that people have gotten so accustomed, like players have gotten so accustomed to just giving up C-Store that they just don't even try to win it. How am I supposed to get good data from that? I can't. Like, if you don't try to win the map, I can't do anything about that. Like, that's your guys' prerogative, not mine. Like,
fair.
If you want to throw, I don't want to make it sound like, you throwing a level is a bad thing, but like, it's kind of a bad thing.
I see where you're coming from for sure. Yeah.
Like, I mean, when a DPL team has a 17% win rate on C-Store,
I wonder which team that could be.
It makes you wonder. And I asked them about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we just throw C-Store on defense." I was like, "Why?" Like, I get it, but like,
It's so they can have 5 bomb wires on the other maps.
Hey, that's a strat though. That's actually a strat. It's like, you win 2 rounds. You if you don't want to win the C-Store because you think they're just gonna save the wall charge for it, like, fair enough, fair play to you.
Yeah, I mean, that's what's happening, or what happened in the past, at least. A lot of, I'm not saying it's happening every time, but it happened in the past. That's how it happened.
There isn't any UAV on Dome. No, there used to be.
There are other guns.
There are
still.
turrets. Yeah, there are turrets now.
Pew pew.
Big turrets. Turrets that are getting buffed indirectly.
Like, zigzag paths made by small shelves so attackers can't rush as fast. But do you like put them, like, do you extend them to the sides so they cannot go around? Like, how would you do that?
I've tried that before. I still get the same feedback of, like, if I put something right here, what's going to happen is they're going to breach one of these, and then all of a sudden they can just hold an angle like this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and they can't get peeked from the teller, which is why I don't like putting solid cover up in front of the storefront. Like, if anything, I'd just rather not put
you can just do the small
here,
ones.
but...
It doesn't have to be solid.
Yeah. But again, this
just
is
make it a
concealment.
tower
This is
defense
recovery.
map. Like, it's just going zigzag, zigzag.
Yeah, attackers can't even defend themselves until they get out of the truck. So maybe zigzag paths. No, not my map. Buffed indirectly. Let's go. Yeah, it's more so that people can't get onto the map as a defender. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. We'll see. We'll see if it works as well as I'm hoping it does. And I think it will mitigate some of the problems, but we're going to have to take a look at the actual level generation of Dome anyways, and we'll probably take a look at some of the things that are a little bit harder to fix when we do that. Just kind of depends on when we do it. Because we are busy bees working on other content right now. We actually had a whole discussion about it yesterday in Cadet Chat. About all that good stuff.
More tile sets. I mean, Axum is gushing about Tileset 5 every Monday on stream, so...
As he should be. Like, it's looking beautiful. I love the way it is turning out aesthetically.
It generates amazingly, according to him. Like, it's just
it
like...
does, yeah.
You just press the button and it goes.
It is by far the most cooperative tile set we have. Like, in terms of level generation. Like, with these, you'll get these weird, like, extensions that don't... Like, this doesn't look like a building. This looks like a video game. Like, the new one looks like a building, and it looks freaking amazing. I love it.
The only thing I'm wondering is if you make, like, if it's generating very nicely and very consistently, will it actually be varied enough over time, or will they start looking the same after a while? That's the one concern I have. But I guess we should not talk too much in detail about TS5 here, because
like, I'm gonna shut my mouth now. All I know is that I like it.
Yeah, from what I've played and seen of it, it's definitely shaping up well, and all the feedback I've heard from cadets and stuff was very positive so far as well. Can you get on the map in your tile set? Nope.
Exact response. Derby's like, I'm on you. I got you, homie.
But actually, like 20, most cadets are not very active. I think it's a little more in 20 though.
I mean, 20 sounds about right. Like active cadets, it rotates a little bit.
I feel like it's a bit more than that, but yeah, it's around. It's in the ballpark for sure.
All right. Is there anything that looks wrong with this map? So, oh, yep, I see something. I see it.
You missed a door.
I almost did it bad. Real quick, let's do a check. Yeah,
how do I know if my cadet form got accepted? You'll get messaged if it gets accepted.
Like, so frustrating. Like, I feel like this is why I like doing makeup maps, because it kind of shows you a different way of thinking a lot of the time. So, like, you're not always just kind of like in your little zone of like, I'm gonna do this thing because I only know how to do this thing.
Yeah, you're getting external input.
Yeah.
Why did you just rotate the ceiling?
There's a light in the
okay. Yeah, okay. I see.
It just doesn't look very good.
Yeah.
We had the same problem with tellers before tellers got some special treatment. Speaking of, here's another one.
Come on, what are the purposes of cadets, and what do you guys look for in applications? Cadets are our testers, basically. They're getting to play on builds that are not ready for release yet, and we're usually looking for people who are capable of giving good feedback and behaving nicely in tests. So
Yeah, like being a cadet it's work. It's
do I
volunteer
know if
work.
my cadet application got denied? I don't know.
Well,
Actually, you will
I'll
have to
handle
ask
it, so.
Ozzy about that. But don't ask Ozzy. He's like busy with stuff. It's usually
Ozzy's
like I
always
think
probably
what he's
so busy.
basically Ozzy's going through the applications in waves, and he'll look at it when he needs more. He's not like always getting more cadets in, but if he feels like we are like running low on active cadets, then he's looking at the list and getting more. So I think you never really. I mean, I guess he does disqualify some, but it's.
yeah. Let's get some more generations.
This one looks weird.
Ew, yeah. See, that's that reverse T boy.
Yeah.
Ooh, this one actually generated kind of good. It's a Shaka map. I'm using it. Shaka, bruh!
Well, we got 75 minutes into the stream. I feel like it's time to bring up the date of today.
May the 4th be with you.
For sure. We talked about Star Wars extensively in other streams, though. So, like,
Room pass, room pass, room pass. Room pass do be vibin'.
and people are opting like sometimes I kind of want to be a cadet, but it also kills the hype for me. Yeah, I get that's a fair point. Like if you're not gonna get the big surprises. You'll know the surprises ahead of time, which makes them less surprising. So it depends on what kind of person you are. I think some people are like some people like the excitement of getting surprised, and others are like super like into getting all the things as soon as possible. It's just different mindsets, different people. It's fair.
You know what's been really on my mind a lot recently is salami. I don't know why, but like salami just it sounds so good. Like charcuterie boards with salami and just so good, and tasty. Sorry, that was even in Sea of Thieves, whenever I'm like trying to look for a treasure map, I'm like relating it to like steaks. I'm like, this one's a steak with a little bit of sauce on the left side. Like we got like a T-bone, we got like a New York strip, we got a chicken bone, we got you know a nice porterhouse. Like, oh, there's one that I was like, yeah, this looks like a spirit shield from RuneScape. I thought that was kind of clever.
Okay.
Yeah, you do get a cool yellow tag. You also
Cadets
get a cool
get
yellow
yellow
tag
tags,
if you
yeah.
were an alpha tester.
Yes. You get a cool orange tag if you're the community manager.
Yeah, and oh, you're also at the top of the user list, even above the devs.
Yes.
We tried to tell the community managers what to do, and they're just like, "You have no power here."
I mean, if I'm like, this is almost true. There's like, unfortunately, there's one person who has more power in the Discord than the community managers.
True, yeah.
Which is barred because he's server owner. So I think it's not displayed, but he technically has the crown.
Yeah.
I think it's disabled.
Yeah,
It's like it's
server
not
owners
showing, but
aren't displayed.
he's can do whatever. But technically, I think did I remove this? I think like when I joined, every dev had admin powers. I think I reduced it and only gave it to some, if I remember correctly. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
I mean,
I at
not
least considered
everyone-
it. I'm not quite sure if I actually followed through with it. It never became a problem again. So it was.
I'm
fine.
pretty sure that like most of the devs can access it. It's just most of them don't care
Yeah.
or know how to, so they
Yeah.
don't care by default, right?
Yeah.
which is fine. I really only ever go into the server settings to upload emojis, or I look at the audit log because I'm like, what'd that person say or who deleted it? And it's like, XYZ deleted this person's message. I'm like, haha, they probably said something dumb. They probably said a bad word. And most of the time they did. Or they gotta just come in and start spamming like pings at everyone. And that's why you get ghost pings sometimes. It's just like, what happened here? What the hell happened here? God, what's that?
I sometimes like to abuse ghost pings, or actually like use them. There's some good instances where you can actually use them in a proper way.
Use a ghost ping. That's a
yes. Well, it's not because it's ghost ping, but it doesn't look like one. Like if you're editing a message and you put a ping in, it will not actually ping the person, right? So what you can do is you edit the ping in the message, and then you make a new message where you just ping the person, and then you delete that one. So it looks like they got pinged by the original message, but they really weren't. It's sometimes useful in some situations, very occasionally, but are enforcers volunteers? Yes, enforcers are volunteers.
They are.
What was that noise? Which noise? Was there a noise?
Maybe. I don't know. It was probably just me shifting around. My mic can be a little sensitive at times, so.
I'm playing with my pen, so that could also be that was my pen.
Come on, I want that booze shelf. Give me the booze shelf. Thank you. Give me this one now. No, give me. Thank you. Yoink.
Yeah, Derby, can you tell more about it? He's one of our enforcers, so.
He's a very good enforcer too.
Yeah, very active, very helpful, very good person. Also being in basically every stream, so that's pretty impressive to me.
How do I want to do this? Like, okay, so on a map like this, it's kind of tough because I really want to put bomb like right here, but I also really don't because it's like I hate putting bomb like in this area. Like, let's remove this and just assume bomb is like set here and we're playing a game. Like, you know, how do you defend that bomb? You know?
Yeah, it's kind of rough for sure.
Yeah.
I guess from Freezer, but I like how Fridges is splitting up Freezer though. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I really like how.
Can you put a telehole on bomb?
Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. Either that or the door. But if I do if I don't do the door there, the door's gonna have to go somewhere else. That's kind of what I'm thinking. It's just like could do this. Let's move the room labels around. Oh, please don't freeze on me, Mr. Unity. You should be good, but I do love it when you freeze on me, you know? It's great.
How do you become an Argus executor or Argus specialist? So these are the Due Process partners. They're content creators that are partnered with us, getting some special perks. And usually, like Smith is in charge of that. So he usually does applications for DP partners like once a month. But you can also just message him and see if he has time to validate you, basically. Yeah, I just modded Derby because I figured, like, why not?
Yeah, we've had bots come in here a lot recently.
Yeah, it's usually once per stream a bot goes. Oh, actually, I think that's not going to happen anymore because usually once per stream there's a bot coming in with like, do you want to become famous?
Would you like to be promoted? Yeah, would you like to be promoted?
And I just like last week I think, or yesterday, no, last week I think I banned that phrase. So if you're trying to write that, it's not gonna let you. So good luck, bots. You need to come up with a new phrase. I forgot who suggested that. It might have been Simber.
Oh, that's good. That's so good.
Yeah, like because it's always the same message, right? So
Yeah, so
Let me look up the
random,
correct
like,
phrase so
farm.
you can test it. 23. Where is it?
As long as it's not an insta ban for a phrase like that.
No, I think it's just blocking the message. Where was that? Settings? Moderation. That should be it. Yeah. It's. Where is it? Block terms and phrases. I actually made it pretty long to be very explicit. I'll just post it in chat because I think I can
Yeah,
do
it won't block mods from saying
So
it.
that's the message. If you copy that, you probably like the message should get blocked. So far it worked. Snarms. Yeah, if you're omitting one letter, it's gonna let
Ladies
it
and
through.
gentlemen, we got him. Wait, where do I buy him? Yeah, I never figured that out either. It was always like sketchy looking websites.
You're buying you're buying viewers and followers on those sites, so they will just bot the stream basically.
Yeah, I
So
feel
you
kind of
can-
bad
you
for
can-
people to like buy that stuff.
It's dumb.
Oh, it's dumb, but it doesn't help you as a streamer like at all.
It gives you visibility, but
Yeah, but visibility is nothing if you have bad content. Like,
yeah,
you know, you need a combo of good content and viewership, and like the best
yeah.
way
But
to
if you
gain
have
viewership
like
is
it's
just be
there's definitely
consistent.
some value in it, quote unquote, because if you have good content
Value.
but are not getting discovered, then boosting your viewers is what helps you or can help you
I mean,
potentially.
like, people
So-
can get discovered just by streaming consistently. Like,
They can, but it's hard.
yeah, I mean, no, it's not hard. It takes time. Like being consistent
Yeah.
is not hard.
I mean,
it just takes forever.
depends on your definition, I guess, but yeah.
Like, okay, let's use the number one streamer by sub count as of right now, which is Ludwig Ogren. He streamed consistently for something like 2 years, like almost every day.
Mhm.
You know, 7 days a week, something like that. And look where he is now. Like he was drinking out of a bidet for like $40, just like a year and a half ago. Yeah, like, you know, like people when they realize that you show up every day, realize that, you know, like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of nice. Let's just get rid of that one. Then we'll do Pilla. Do 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 do. All right, I'm gonna sit back down. Oh my goodness. Been standing like all day. Oh, that's better. I don't mind that as much. It's simple. Then I think I'll replace this with a deli.
There is one with all dome beaches. There is a texture error where the back wall of it doesn't connect with anything, and you can see through beach.
Can you give us a picture and level feedback, please?
Yeah, seems that sounds like not an error. It's like sounds like something is just placed wrong.
Yeah, I mean,
Because
it
a lot of
very
things
easily
don't
could
have
just
a
been, like,
texture
my
on the
error,
back
right?
because they don't need one. So
Yeah, like if there was a texture on the back of something, you'd be rendering double what you need to be rendering.
yeah, so it's
why,
usually
like, if
intended
you
that
ever
there's no
clip into a
texture. It's
building-
just like not intended to be placed in the way it is, so you can see through it.
Yeah, like that's why if you ever clip into a building in a video game, they don't have
Yeah.
a texture on the back because, like, why would they? There's no need for it. You're almost never going to see it unless it's a glitch. So, you know, why use the rendering power?
There's a bunch of stuff that does have backface rendering. Yeah, that's true. We also have like, what always amazes me is how many of our assets have like proper interiors and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's always funny to me. But Axel made a good point yesterday, pointing out that if object destruction comes back, you can shoot open doors and whatnot of like, what was that thing we had yesterday? I think it was like a fridge or something. So.
Oh yeah, you could do it on the fridges, the lockers, filing cabinets, arcade cabinets. I think arcade cabinets have a little bit of destruction. Like when you shoot them, they like pop off. But they used to like explode. If you shot them just like once, it was kind of funny.
Wait, the hand dryers are fully modeled internally? Oh no.
Oh yeah, and so is the fax machine. Like if we look at the fax machine, it's like, we can like.
What?
You never knew about this?
No, I didn't.
The whole thing is modeled out. Kind of.
Why?
Cool. Internals. Because like if you destroyed it, it has like little pieces of destruction that would go every which way. So like each one of these has a little destruction piece.
This is nuts.
Like this is a pretty what's the word I'm looking for? It's a pretty like hardcore example of it, but I think it's also because it's an earlier asset.
Yeah.
And a lot of the earlier assets are like that. Like the further you go into assets, like time wise, the more detailed they get, because that was more of a focus, I think.
This is why my FPS is so low. No, it's not.
No,
this could, like, in theory, it could be a problem, but we're bottlenecked by the CPU stuff right now, and so it's not the issue. Wait, the first shot used to turn it on.
Did it? Oh, that's awesome. Dude, it's been so long since I've actually like been able to do that I even forget sometimes, like when I'm playing, that you used to be able to shoot out lights.
Yeah.
Like that's how long it's been. It's just, I cannot wait. I can't wait for the day that like Cart and Shield come back and being able to shoot out lights is a thing. It's gonna be very, very peepo pog.
Yeah. For sure.
Back in the day when the Gap meta was a thing, because you could shoot out like all the lights in the room with one magazine. Oh, those were the days back in my day. Oh, yeah, there you go. There's a good answer for you from our technical artist Bickle. We model back faces because we don't know how the assets are going to be clustered together, and us level designers are really bad about using things in unintended ways.
When I was talking to Zach one day, like, why is it that like, why are shelves like, why is the fan placed in a way that if you put barbed wire in front of it, it's not blowing up? He's like, yeah, because it was never intended to be designed in a way that defenders can get up there. So nobody considered barbed wire up there. Okay, fair enough.
And to be fair, like that was my bad for doing that. I didn't fully comprehend that you shouldn't be able to get up there as a defender if there is a fan up there.
Yeah.
So that if you see that, it's literally my map, and you can badman me on Discord or something. Like I fully accept the responsibility of doing that. That sucks. But,
it's really funny because like Bickle fixed that issue by increasing the hitbox of barbed wire. But now it's possible again with Pipeworks because Pipeworks are even lower than shelving.
Pipeworks is lower.
But since like if the level designers, so you and Axel are looking into like making sure to not make it accessible if there's a fan, then it's not an issue, I guess.
Yeah, it
just report maps where it is a thing.
Yeah, it just relies on us not doing that, and I'm trying to keep all of these like random things in mind whenever I'm making maps, and some of them are really obvious, like they've just been learned over time of having to QA them or fix them after QA gets back to me of like, hey, this red door is backwards for like the 10 billionth time, and we're going to have to remake it because of that. And I'm like, okay, kind of sad, but okay.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But then there's other things that like sometimes something will change and I just won't see it because like I look at the map from like this perspective, right? So like if something changes, like let's say that, you know, for whatever reason the fridges lost the bottom like cooling area, like I really doubt I'd notice.
Yeah, probably not.
Because like I wouldn't see it.
Yeah.
So if you continue with your dome shenanigans, I'm not even gonna bother to leave the truck anymore. Lol. I mean, I don't know what you mean by dome shenanigans.
I think Tetra is known for trying to get under dome and killing the attackers.
Again, games are made in a way that you need to not allow players to do something. Like, it doesn't work like the real world where we have laws of physics that essentially tell us that we can or can't do something based upon those laws, right? Games are based on what you allow a player to do, not what they can't do. If they can do something, they're gonna do it. Like that's why speedrunners are a thing, because they want to zoom, and the game is like, okay,
they want to go fast.
Yeah, like
just go fast.
That's the way it is. Gotta go fast. Oh my god, that reminds me of a Clint Stevens clip I saw. Why do you like speedrunning? Like, you know that you don't get anything for going fast, right? Like there's no finish line. Like, you're not racing anyone, and it's like, I just want to go fast. Tetra, you remind me of a player called Mace.
Mace, Vari, the list goes on.
Sandwich gonna have a personal build of the game? Nope. Where it is only dome and I can break into this game's solo in practice? Nope. I am not the person to ask about that. I am just a lowly level designer, sir. Or ma'am.
But even the person that you would be the person to ask about it will tell you no, so...
I mean, I could give you domes, but you wouldn't be able to run them. And even then, I wouldn't give them to you, because, like, the whole, you know, no map knowledge thing, like... what was I gonna look up? Shaw Med.
So how did you solve the problem with the bomb here? I was not really paying attention to the map, honestly. There was too much other stuff going on. Did you put
I put it next to the wall, and then I just covered it with the fridge, a storefront, teller, and then I moved this over.
Okay.
It all pretty much comes down to like, what is the choke point on this map, and it's like, well, I mean, here, right?
And you can have another choke point in storefront, like.
Yeah, like there's a couple other choke points, right? But like this, I think would be a hard storefront push. This would be a very, very tough storefront push. And you know what? We're gonna make it even harder. We're gonna say screw the attackers this time around.
Oh.
We're gonna do this as well. There you go. Screw the attackers. No,
Tetra, I'm gonna share a secret with you. You can find all the active maps, like the names of the maps that are downloaded by your client, in your player log file.
All right.
So if you want a list of all dome maps, then just check out your player log file. I think it even includes blacklisted ones, I would assume, because I think it's a list of
I wonder how we could
maps.
Do this, if we could just make it not. See, okay, so the problem with this is I think this will get fixed if we just get C-Store on 2s. Because then it'll never spawn this one, it'll only spawn on 2s, but like having it be on 3s
looks weird.
Yeah. Well, because it doesn't have a support right here. Yeah. And like it should have like this on the other side too. Like let's get it off local. Oh, no, it was on center. Yeah, so if we do like this makes a lot more sense than the other way.
For sure.
But it still doesn't look very good, you know?
No, but it needs the beam.
Yeah, it doesn't look nearly as good, but it looks better.
Can you just copy that one?
It's not No one's gonna notice.
Probably not.
Yeah, it's just more or less something for me. Whatever. It's no one's gonna notice. It'll be fine. All right, cool. I think we're good. I didn't see any graffiti, so we'll save that one and we'll go on to the next. I think we have time for one
Shaka
more quick-
Ghost?
Yeah,
What?
Shaka.
Shaka, is that a new one? I never saw that one.
No, you know what a Shaka is? It's like the hang loose sign on Slack. That's a Shaka. And what you do is you tomahawk it at people, and it's like a good vibes thing. It's like you throw a Shaka at someone, and it's like catch this good vibe.
Okay.
Why am I getting pinged? Oh, gotcha, Tetra. Snarm's graffiti spray on the C-store. I mean, I'd love to have more graffiti sprays. I love the graffiti sprays, personally. I absolutely love them. I wish we had a lot more of them, but like they're just so low priority that they might as well not even exist. Like I really doubt they're even a thought in the artist's mind.
Double
because
skylight?
No.
I didn't
Like,
know that's
often-
possible.
No, so storefront will look and see, okay, can I spawn a skylight?
Uh-huh.
Like in, the middle. But that office skylight can only spawn on the long one that's 3 wide. Because it's like a whole, here, I'll just show you. It'll be skylight. It's just like one solid piece. Maybe it's office. Let's see.
Would be so weird to have a map with 2 skylights. Like,
Yeah,
would be bad.
I've thought about it before.
It's
Of,
2
like,
green
ways that
doors. Don't do it.
No, okay, so I'm not gonna look at that right now. It's gonna take too long. But the way I would have done it is if there was a skylight, let's say up here in office, I would have done it where I had fenced this off so you could get up here and look in and shoot through it, but you'd
Oh,
need
but
to
you
wall
cannot.
charge if you wanted to breach it. But then I was like, why would there be a fence up here? Like that'd be just kind of weird.
Yeah.
So. His runouts are strong. His gun skill isn't Kappa.
But are you? Is it just generating similar maps, or are you like regenerating parts of the map?
Oh, I'm regenerating entire maps. It's because Fridges is here.
Oh, okay.
Because like Fridges, so the way that this spawns is storefront spawns first, and then it has to spawn a teller and a fridge,
Mhm.
and then the level spawns around the rest of those. So it's like storefront, and then this, and then this, and then blah 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 blah.
It was just
that's
weird
fine.
because the last 2 ones were it had like the same storefront and teller shapes and the same exact same position.
Well, I mean that's also a byproduct of us not having a lot of shapes to work with.
Yeah.
I made
Yeah.
some, but they just they don't generate very well. I'm not happy with any of them.
Okay.
Yeah. How about an LCG spray? I mean, documenting the dome maps is kind of cool, but like they're just gonna get removed eventually. Like that's quite the undertaking, and more power to you. But I don't know, it's kind of like insanity to me. Like you're just doing something and expecting them to stay around. I don't know. We're waiting for level gen to burr, by the way.
I figured.
I have a chance to give me a bite of my sandwich. Oh my goodness, I love you. Uh-huh. Yeah, fair enough. Yep.
Sandwiches eating sandwiches, cannibalism. Sure.
Most of the apex predators that have been around for hundreds of millions of years in some form or another practice cannibalism. Just saying. to varying degrees, of course. But I'm not calling myself an apex predator, but because I ain't. Let's be honest. I go camping for a week and I'm wanting to get back and shower by like day 2, maybe like the evening of day 1. The Uber sandwich, yeah. I'm just powering myself up. Don't worry about it.
I see.
The Uwu drink is disgusting. You should make the Owo apple juice. I don't know. I like eat beer the most. What's this sandwich in your profile picture? It's the steak tip sandwich from Honey Hole on Capitol Hill in Seattle. Sandwich is the biggest Apex predator. I've actually only played a little bit of Apex, and Apex I refused to ever play again because I got really mad at it one day and put a hole in my previous desk because of it.
Why did you? How did it make you that mad?
There was a section of Kings Canyon in the northwestern area, I think, up by the hydroelectric dam, where we were the last squad, and it was me and my 2 buddies. And we got the drop on the other squad. My first buddy goes down. We managed to take out 2 of them, and then my second buddy gets down. So it's a 1v1 for the dub. And I attempted to res my friend, and he was kind of like in a crevice. And I tried to like not get boxed in by one of the other enemies that was downed, and he managed to box me in. I killed him, and his death box boxed me in even harder, and they won.
What?
I lost it. Like I literally got boxed in and I couldn't do anything.
That sounds
And
painful.
it wasn't like a box in like in a room. It was like I was in like the tiniest little corner. And yeah, he just annihilated me, and I got really upset. And I was like, "Yep, nope. Any game that makes me that upset, I can't play. I just can't. Like, I've never been that mad at a game before because it was just so out of my control. It felt horrible. And then I just covered it with duct tape in my mouse pad and didn't notice it until we donated my desk. And I was like, "Oh shit, that's right, I did that." I like Apex gunplay. I mean, it's like the little kid of Titanfall 2. Like, I love Titanfall 2. I love my movement shooters. Like, Apex is a good game. They're obviously doing stuff right. Like, I can't bash that, and I'm not going to, because, like, you know, like, what I did to my desk was a result of me getting upset at a video game. It wasn't a result of the game, you know, glitching out. Like, the result of the game glitching out was my emotions towards the game at that moment. But, like, it was my choice to put a hole in that desk in that moment, and I didn't hold myself back, and I should have. Like, it was irresponsible of me to do what I did, and I accept that.
That's fair.
Like, video games are supposed to be fun, and if you're not having fun, you shouldn't be playing those games.
I'm usually not raging at games. I usually rage at, like, if I really get mad at while playing, and it's very rarely, but when it happens, it's because of teammates. It's always a PvP game, and the teammates are like usually not because about them being shit. Like, if they're shit, that's one thing, but if they're shit and assholes, then that usually gets me or can get me.
Dude, my favorite is going into a game and immediately hearing racial slurs. I'm like, all right, so we're throwing this game. You got it, brother. Like, I hate it when I go into a game like that. That was sarcasm about loving it, but yeah. Don't be that guy in a game, guys. Like, don't ever, you know, like, think of it this way. If you were having a bad day and someone came on and just started insulting you for no reason, like, would you feel good? Hell no, you wouldn't. You'd hate them. And it would just make you more upset. So, like, you know, be the change you want to be. And, like, if you're playing with your friends, you know, you do you, right? But, like, if you're playing with randos or, you know, this is a really big problem with a lot of games. But, like, if you meet a girl in gamers, like, there's someone with, like, a feminine sounding voice, like, just act like it's a normal person. The amount of times I go and play Valorant and there's a
Don't point it
girl
out.
in the game, or like someone with a feminine voice, and they're like immediately like, "Oh my god, it's a grill! Oh my god, can you say my name?" It's like, dude, just like I'm more concerned right now
Stop.
about whether or not you have a smoke in your inventory than how someone sounds or what gender they are. Like, for real, it's a freaking video game.
It's also this kind of behavior actually drives girls away from video games. So if
Yeah, and I mean,
if your
it would
goal
drive
is to find gamer girls, then that's the wrong way to do it.
Fair enough. Like my favorite thing is playing with people that just don't take games too seriously. Like yesterday, me and my friend we were playing Sea of Thieves, and after getting a huge haul of loot, we decided to just kind of sail around and see what trouble we could get into while being friendly pirates. So we go and we
Okay.
find a galleon doing a mini boss, and we're like, okay, well, we're gonna go over and say hi, and they'll probably shoot at us and maybe sink us. We're in a little sloop, so like, you know, we can't take like a full broadside from them, or we're gonna like immediately sink. Did I lose connection? No. Hello, Mr. Pion, are you there?
I'm still here, yeah.
Spotify do be going whack. Monkey W. Yeah, so we were just like flying around on our sloop. We find a galleon. They were doing a mini boss, and we started talking to them about their ship's extended warranty and how we need to come aboard to inspect their ship. And they weren't too thrilled about that at first, but then we just like continued to not shoot them. And eventually they decided to alliance with us. We killed the mini boss, and then we got jumped by people who were tucking on their ship. They destroyed both of us, and we sailed back there, and they're just like, "Oh, you were the guys that kept on trying to yell at us earlier. You want to go after them?" And we're like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Yeah. Oh, I also stole my first ship yesterday. I was kind of hoping that the people that we stole it from would try to like respawn on it, but they didn't. They were doing like a tall tale or something and just scuttled their ship, which I was a little upset about, but we were reverse pirating them, so we were putting all of the loot on their ship, and then they scuttled their ship. I was a little sad about it, but... Is there no bomb? There isn't a bomb. And, oh yeah, because Fridge is preventing the thing from spawning.
We don't need a bomb in every map. Like some variation.
Yeah,
would be
everything is
good.
just TDM now.
Well, it's TDM
the-
with defenders winning by default. So
What the heck are the fridges called? Are they not in here? No, they're in there. Okay, that's what I thought.
how about a
Mhm.
moving bomb? Well, if you implement the netcode for it, then maybe.
I mean, if we can get moving objects, I would be so happy. The amount of shenanigans we could get up to as level designers if we had moving objects in the level, could you imagine? Oh my goodness. Like, the possibilities are quite literally endless.
Yeah. I would love the conveyor belts in Factory being able to transport things.
In, like, provide cover.
Flyers, the bomb.
Oh my god. Yeah, a bomb, dude. Oh my
Bomb
god.
on
that'd
conveyors would be amazing.
be so good.
Axum just wants the scissor lift. It's the one thing.
Yeah. I mean, we could probably do a scissor lift, but the thing would be it'd be a static scissor lift, and that's no fun.
No, it needs to be a
You'd be able to
moving
drive it around as portable high cover. Or like portable elevation, like sniper perches.
one.
You can see it on the map, so you know where they're like posted up, but they can also just raise and lower.
Yeah. So did you spawn a bomb? Still don't see a bomb.
No. Yeah. Let's seal bomb. Bomby. We're doing an arcade this time.
Arcade. Interesting. Green entry into storefront. It's just so weird because all of a sudden the whole shutters just become meaningless.
Not gonna lie, guys, I'm kind of doing this one out of spite for the wall breach in storefront. I want the ability to door charge walls, but
It's him making like
Walls aren't
similar,
doors.
like making peeking holes similar to
the
shutters.
walls
I
aren't
believe.
doors. I mean, yeah, like
Yeah,
in
shutters is not a
IRL
door either.
I mean, yeah, it is.
I mean, I
Press
guess.
a button, it opens. Like it's a door.
Mm,
You know what I
mm,
should do? Actually, I should. It's kind of tough because like the window there is kind of like non. I don't know. Like I want to change this to yellow. The more I think about it, I've been thinking about that like all stream right now when we've been making these C stores of like instead of having 2 lines, just change this to yellow because they require the power to function. Like it makes
Yes.
sense. And the dock doors are yellow, so like why can't?
Yeah, I think they
these
should
ones
be yellow.
you know?
I agree.
So
It's
Plus
yellow
the
is
glass
also
is,
like special in some way, and like,
Yeah.
they're special. So
and the other thing is like these windows are like negligible. Like I don't
Yeah, they
personally
don't-
I do not think
they
they
don't
need
matter.
an indicator.
no,
Like
I
these
agree.
these need a window because it's very
Yes.
obvious like, you know, like you need to look at this door
Hmm.
or this window, but yeah.
Fan also yellow. I guess that would make sense, but fan can get away
Um,
with being red. I think.
Like the problem with fan that I have is that it doesn't have like yes, it relies on power. So in that case you're correct, but it doesn't have a button to activate it. And that's what yellow means, is button to
Yeah.
activate.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Like fan, yeah, it relies on power, but there's no way to intentionally shut it off and then turn it back on again. Like you can shoot it out or you can turn off power, but there's no way to like press a button and shut it off.
And pointing out that Teledor doesn't have a button either. That's a
Yeah,
valid
I think
observation.
This is because it's bulletproof though. This is a bulletproof door.
So
I don't
you're
know, I
saying
think
everything that is controlled by a button or is bulletproof
here's the
is
thing.
yellow.
This door is locked. You can't open this door from this side. So if I
Yeah.
make it green, it wouldn't be a green door. It's not a red door. So what is it? It's a special door. It's a yellow door.
Yeah, but with that
Technically,
reasoning, we
the-
can make everything yellow that's special. So we can make fan yellow.
Like technically this is electric door,
Mm-hmm.
which doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Yes, I know, but like see this is why it's difficult.
Yeah.
Like
I would like I think it would keep it simple. Everything that's not a red or a green door is yellow. That's what I would do.
Fan to me is just a red entrance that you can happen to shoot through. Like I don't view it as special. Like shutters to me is special.
But fan is very, I don't know.
Like what about fan is special though? What honestly
you can shoot it out. It goes open
can
if you
shoot
turn off
through it.
power.
Okay,
You can shoot through it.
the lights
know.
go off when the power's out. You can't open shutters when the power's out. Like these shutters aren't
Yeah,
yellow.
shutter should be yellow though.
Oh, that's a good idea actually, Derby. Having a
yeah,
magnetic
like it.
lock. Because that would make sense.
Yeah.
But it also, I think it has, yeah, it's got like a weird like code lock on it though. It doesn't have a. It's got a different like I don't know
what that is.
if it would be able to be justified as a magnetic one. I mean, again like that's more of an artist question. I don't
I'm
want
just taking the piss. Freezer door is very thick, unlike other doors, so it should be pink. Sure.
Yeah. Hmm. Okay, let me think about this for a sec. I want to do red door here instead. No, I'll do red door here so it's a little bit like further over. hard enough to telegraph to player though? Hey, but that's always the fight we're going to have, is how do we make sure that a player can understand this? Like in an absolute ideal world, we would be able to telegraph everything to a player without them ever having to even play the game. Like they could play the tutorial and understand the game, but
That would be great, but that seems
yeah,
impossible.
that'd be phenomenal, wouldn't it?
I mean, one day we'll have tooltips.
I mean, we have tooltips now, but they're loading screens. They're not tooltips.
No, I mean like literally tooltips when you hover over a wall or a door. It gives you a tooltip. that
Oh
tells you
yeah,
what to
okay,
do.
yeah, where it's like you mouse over the teller door and
Yeah.
it's like locked from the outside to attackers.
Yeah, can be shotgunned open, or maybe they're like little icons. Like can be
Yeah, the
shotgun.
shotgun
or
open
not.
thing is more about like you can shotgun any door that has a lock that you can
Yeah, I
see
know.
open. You know. Also, we're gonna do something kind of dumb, and we're gonna make it super painful to go through here. Like really, really, really painful. Like ouch, oof, ow. All the ouchies. Mainly because I don't want there to be just 2 entrances to bomb room. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of map design and due process, personally. So this is more of a personal taste thing. I just need to make it like insanely hard to get through this little choke right here. Which I think it will be. Oh, this is another banger, dude. What's going on, Spotify? What'd you change? Dude, Spotify is just outputting bangers left and right.
Why are stall doors not green? Oh my. Because there are too
I mean,
many
you
of
want
them.
that much visual clutter? Like, let's be honest. I don't.
It's not connecting to another room technically, so I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's technically what the green indicator does mean, right? Like, it's connected to another room. Like it's a portal between 2 rooms.
Uh-huh. If it would be a literal portal, we could make the non-Euclidean maps.
Dude, could you imagine an Euclidean map in due process though? Oh my god, that'd be insane.
Like people have a hard time understanding 3D maps, as we learned in the alpha, like multi-floor maps. Like imagine it's not Euclidean. Like have fun making a plan.
It's not just a 3D map. It's a like Tesseract map.
Yeah.
You
4D.
just you can go levels deeper, yeah.
It's a 4D map.
Bomb is on the 7th dimension of the map, and you have to get there by entering a special code in the bathroom behind a stall. No consistency? You're goddamn right. Oh, what is this? Hello. Why are you here? But my consistency, that's what I say every time someone points out inconsistent things, is I did it again. It's literally an infinite fight that I'm never going to win, but damn it, if I'm going to keep trying, I'm going to win it eventually. One of these days I will win. I will get level gen to make me a map that I can genuinely say yes.
Maps
Go,
with
level
portals
gen.
when we get a crossover with a deal with Valve.
Honestly, that'd be pretty cool.
That would be amazing having a portal map. I don't know how we would pull that off, but it would be pretty cool.
You know what, I think I'm gonna do them.
The portal gun, yeah. I want a gunpoint crossover now. That would be poggers.
I think I'd rather do it here.
Imagine going through a doorway and ending up in a different tile set. Oh no.
Did you exit a C-store in the factory? And you're like, wait a second.
Wait. And then you're going back through the same door, and you're in Dome all of a sudden. Like, wait. What's happening here?
Mr. Bones, I want to get off your wild ride.
It would just be, in general, would be pretty funny to have like doors that are like changing where they're leading to every second or whatever, or every time someone traverses through them.
If we didn't have like actual like game stuff to do, it'd be fun to do that one of these days. I know that Axum's done. Oh, what was it? It was there's a map where you could destroy a wall with a wall charge, and it had like a little secret room in it with like a DDR machine or something. That was pretty cool. But yeah, it like those aren't hard to make. It's just based on a trigger of like the wall charge being destroyed, but like they don't telegraph, and they're kind of just hidden. Back when we could do random stuff like that, we can't anymore now that we have a product, which is fine.
Yeah,
I like having the consistency to some degree. Oop, I forgot a wall.
Wait, didn't you want to have a doorway there?
I moved it. I moved it here.
Oh, it's over there now. Okay.
And the reasoning for that was that, like, if you're going in through this green door, oop, I forgot a texture too. If you're going in through this green door, you're probably going to be going through the freezer anyways, and like, it just didn't make much sense to me to have the freezer be like that's already covering the green door, also be like covering the route to bomb. Like that didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So
yeah, that's fair.
Do 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 no 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 no.
When do we get slugs for shotguns? One day.
Back in my day. Honestly, though, I don't think they ever worked when I played, so I can't even say that.
Yeah, they never worked when I played for sure.
Yeah.
So.
Like they existed.
Yeah, I saw them.
Like they were just normal shells, or they were either normal shells or they just didn't do anything. I forget which one.
I think you couldn't even load them in.
Yeah.
I forget where I saw. I'm pretty sure I saw them, but I can't remember ever using them. I think you couldn't actually load them.
Honestly, some of my favorite guns in games are slug shotguns because they're just like so hard to balance that they're either super overpowered or super underpowered. There's no in between. It's like a shotgun in real life
in general.
Like a shotgun in real life can actually fire really far.
Yeah.
But I mean, when a shotgun has the same range as like your typical SMG in a video game, it's kind of like miserable to play. Like if you ever played with the OG model 1887s in Modern Warfare 2, you know what I'm talking about, where it's like literal like actual shotgun range, but it was also absolutely atrocious to play against because they just one shot you from like across the map. Like it was worse than like playing quick scopers. That's how bad it was. Also, this red door is like facing right at the truck. I think
attackers could use that to their advantage. If they open the red door, the truck gun will shoot inside.
Yes and no. It will. Oh, that even
takes so long to log on, I assume.
It takes way too long to log on. Like IMO. Okay, this is coming from level designer standpoint, not designer like game, not like code designer standpoint, but like or shot caller, but IMO. The truck gun should insta-kill any defender it sees.
Yeah, that would definitely resolve some issues.
I think it would resolve a lot of issues, and we have a prompt that literally says, don't go outside. Like, I understand why having the UAV not insta-kill you is a thing, because, like, I've played when it did insta-kill you, and it kind of sucked, because you just peek a window, and then all of a sudden it'd blap you, and you're like, okay. I'm gonna go and open Chrome for 5 minutes. But like, I've also played when it was like non-existent. Of the UAV would like take like ages to lock on, and there was no like proper heat tracking or like threat, whatever you want to call it. So you would be able to just peek it for like 2 solid seconds, go back inside, immediately repeek it for 2 seconds, go back inside, just ad infinitum. And that was horrible to play against, especially against some of the devs, because like back then, like no one was really good at the game except the devs. So like whenever you play them, you just get stomped. It was horrible. Pub action mop with a 1x scope. You're sounding like you're talking Borderlands. Strobe light attachment, can't do that. Epilepsy. That would be my assumption, at least. Runouts is a part of the game. See, you say that, yet we have a whole tip card that says don't go outside. So, I mean, you can argue that runouts are a part of the game all you want, but IMO they're not. Like, again, games are based on what you allow a player to do. The fact that we allow you to do runouts but then tell you to not go outside is redundant, in my opinion. Like, if I had the ability to, I would make it so that the UAV would kill you if you got too far outside just instantly. Like, if you got, like, a certain range outside of the door, it would just shoot you no matter how locked on it was or wasn't. Because we have the ability to discern between inside and outside, so...
Oh, kind of. We kind of have the ability to do that.
True, yeah, kind of.
It's a bit hacky and not super reliable, but for the most part it works.
Which one do I want? This one, maybe? Yeah, we'll do that one, and then we'll add a palette there. Just call the strobe light disco light? No, it's not the fact that it's called strobe light. It's the fact that the strobe light is an epilepsy trigger. Like, you know, again, I'm not the weapons designer, but I would assume that that's a hard no. Just because we don't want to be giving people seizures. Like, sorry, that's not a laughing matter, but yeah, it just... Yeah, I know that people already kind of do it with the tactical flashlights on like a PK.
They got a delay now, I think.
Oh, good. It was really annoying trying to play people who did that. Those darned kids abusing game mechanics. How dare they? Why would they go on the internet and do that?
Yeah, that sounds wrong.
What if it doesn't shoot you with a gun when it says the laser does tick damage? Oh, so you're talking tasers now? Muzzle flashes kind of work as a strobe light, not gonna lie. I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I don't notice the muzzle flash. Like,
it's on some guns, it's a bit more noticeable than on others.
Yeah, personally, I've never really noticed it. Even with the new stuff, I don't notice it. So sorry, I'm just not the person to debate about that. Well, let's put it like there. All right, I think this map's done. I'm gonna double check for graffiti, backwards reds, and room labels, and then we're good. So get your final questions in, guys and gals, and everything in between.
Or outside of that.
True. No graffiti. Oh, I didn't check for the backwards.
Do you think there's an angle from the bomb door to the lights?
No. Lights is on the other side, right here. Which I'm not too thrilled about this. And this is kind of what I mean by like zoning defenders is like, you know, I could move the lights somewhere else, but then they might be too close to green. Like I could move them into storefront, I guess.
Yeah.
Here. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever
like
had
more
a
in storage.
Actually. And then here, instead what I'll do is I'll put a hidey hole back here. I'll put a rat hole. What kind of rat hole should this be? Should it be a pallet, like a box pallet, like a beer pallet, or something else?
What's the alternative? Can we have a toxic
Yeah,
barrel?
It did kind of, no, because that comes from factory.
Factory.
Yeah, I'd love to do that, but I don't know. I also don't want to mix up tile sets.
Yeah, crossing tile sets not
yeah.
good.
It just kind of throws people off a little bit too much. Like, it was really fun to do in like alpha, but yeah, I don't like doing it anymore. When will we get Among Us fence? No comment.
We get the spaceship map.
Due process goes to outer space.
Yeah, I'm. It's a thing me and Axum have talked about before a few times. Like, I think it would be an interesting tile set to have a freaking spaceship. The big question is, do you actually want to implement zero G, or do you just say there's a gravity generator? I mean, the cool thing would be there's a gravity generator, and if you turn off power, it turns off, and now you have zero G. That would be a cool way to do it.
Find the boxes. Is it this one? No. Oh, what did I just put into this scene? What are you? Okay, you're just non-existent.
Okay.
Yeah, let me see if I can find one real quick. They're normally in office. Hello? There's none. Interesting. Oh, I see him. I saw that flex tape of someone hiding in the boxes. I thought that was so funny. Like the little Metal Gear moment where they just all walk past him. Yeah. Be careful, Snake. Be quiet and they won't see you. There you go. There's your rat den. Rat den in the corner. Defender toggle parkour power to get parkour spots. Yeah, now you're thinking like a level designer.
Don't ruin the fun, Derby.
Ruin the fun. That's
we
what we do.
Just make a tile set without parkour spots. It's just gonna be not have any.
Yeah, you say that. Yeah, sure.
Why are you laughing? I don't know what you're trying to like. What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
Seems viable.
Oh, this map is an amalgamation of a mess and a half, and I can love it.
Awesome from that without cover. Maybe.
Alrighty. Final questions, thoughts, comments, concerns, anything you want, put it in the chat. You got 2 minutes, 3 minutes. We're gonna end at 4:20. Deb.
Why are you the one deciding that?
Because I want to go at 4:20. I want to go
Fair
biking.
enough.
And it's like 1:20 in the morning for you.
Also, it means you have a few more minutes to start your stream so we can raid you, because there's actually nobody I can raid right now, which is a little sad.
Is there an indicator for destructible walls? There is! I'm so glad you asked. So the way that you can tell actually is any wall that has a black top. So let's do it here. So any wall that has a black top, normally they're on the exterior, but some of them like here, these do not have wall charge nodes. So like these little nodes designate where you can place a wall charge. Well, a charge of any type, and then it goes into like, you know, whether or not it's a wall or door. But any of the gray topped walls can be wall charged. So if you look at a map from the top down and you're like, okay, I want to know if this wall in particular or this wall is wall chargeable, you can zoom in on it and be like, oh yeah, look, it is. It's gray topped. Now there are some walls that are getting fixed soon, that like on Dome and Factory that look like you can't wall charge them. Like they have the black top on them. And all that is there's a very top layer of wall that doesn't have the charge nodes on it because no one can get up there anyways. And it just happens to be covering up the wall charge ones. But I believe I saw in a recent test we did that those got turned off. They're on the rooftop layer now, so they should go back.
Great.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure. Bickel might be able to back me up on that, but I'm like 99% sure I saw that got changed on factory at least. I'm not sure about dome. Pit walls are black on top, but it can still be Walters. Yeah, that's the same thing I'm talking about. So, boom, 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 boom. What penetration values do the metal shelves have in storage? These bad boys. Let's check. I'm gonna check the sides because typically you won't shoot from the top. So let's pull up the hitbox for this bad boy. I believe it's thin. Oh, come on. Give me the hitbox. Hitbox. Oh. Uh-oh.
Ballistic?
Uh-oh.
None?
Uh-oh.
No. They're broken.
They be broke. They do be brokey. I'll make a note of that real quick.
Yeah, I need to fix. So Pickle says that the wall charge indicator was fixed in factory ages ago. We just have a lot of old factories in rotation.
There you go. What about some in dome?
Yeah.
Little shelves in...
Because I know Dome still has that issue as well.
I'm actually going through right now very slowly because I have lots of other work to do, but I'm going through and looking at hitboxes on the different tile sets to catch things like this. So that's actually really good that you asked about that. Ourselves in C-Store storage have no hitbox. Density. Alrighty. Well, I'm gonna take off, but thanks for coming by, everyone.
Yes. Very much so. So that was making maps with me, TH Pine and Sandwich. And well, making map will be back next week, Monday and Tuesday as usual. And tomorrow there will be our weekly community hours Q&A stream. So join me there. It's gonna be a short one tomorrow though. Only 1 hour because I need to do stuff. But usually 1 hour is enough anyway. So join me tomorrow and we can have a chat. And otherwise I'll see you in game or next week. So thanks a lot for coming by, everyone. And see you next time.
See you guys.
Mr. Swan, I'm sleeping at 39.